some men are just cheaters.
Yeah, but that's not what
generally.
we're talking about, though.
Right? Some men will
Can
cheat
we just
whether
put,
their woman is cooking them dinner every night, walking around the house. No, because I don't want to.
He keeps asking when is Daddy coming home.
I lost my job.
I've been single for about 2 years. He just doesn't understand.
Hello, and welcome to G.O.T.G. Today's topic is going to be, why do some women use sex as a weapon? And the reason why I'm saying this, because there was a discussion where I saw a woman that said women shouldn't use sex as a weapon. So I'm presuming that some people or some women do. And because there's a thing about, well, women, even though I do talk about women on my own, I've got a guest here with me today that we haven't had in for a while. Amma, how's it doing? How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm all right. It's been a minute, innit?
Yeah, it has been a while.
It's been a long while. So we've had a fight and we've made up now, so you're back now.
Why?
No, I'm joking. We haven't had any fight. I've just been doing me and she's been doing hers, but she's here now. So the topic is, why do women use sex as a weapon? And what do I think about it? I think people do use it as a weapon for various reasons, I believe, innit? Women do. Maybe certain times parents might have certain influences in things, telling them, they shouldn't do this until this, or they shouldn't do that, or they might be resentful for certain things, or the key thing, it may be just loss of attraction. Do you know what I mean? Because it does happen with certain people in some circumstances, in some relationships, where they lose that kick, that zest for each other. It's not clicking anymore, which is understandable. And I think that's when open talks are necessary, discussions are necessary, explanations need to be heard. And yeah, we can move on from there. But I guess it's just a part of life. But from a man's point of view, if I was in a relationship and I thought, that the woman was using sex as a weapon, where I am now in my life, and I don't think I'd stay, to be fair. I wouldn't even blink, to be fair, because the way I see it is, being in a relationship requires discipline, depending on what level you are, or how you're seen by how you're seen by women or whatever. So you have to exercise discipline, meaning not sleeping with other women anyway, because maybe certain other women might desire you even though you're in a relationship. So then being lucky enough to be experiencing those kind of things, which may not be right or whatever, because you have to be disciplined and say, look, I'm in a relationship, I'm not going to do that. To be declining certain advances by other women, and then to be home, and then the woman may be using her body as a weapon of mass destruction at home. I don't think it's something that I can put up with personally. That's just a part of my perception now, where I am now. If you'd asked me this maybe a few years ago or years ago, I wouldn't know how to answer it. I wouldn't even know what my clear thoughts would be about it. But what do you think from a female's perspective? Why women who do that could, maybe with certain reasons as to
why women who could use sex as a weapon use sex as a weapon?
Yeah.
Well, relationships are transactional, isn't it? When I say that, what I mean is, in a relationship, you both give and take, right? So whether that be your time, your feelings, your emotions, your forms of affection, financially, cooking, going out, all those things are transactions, meaning you give me this and I give you that. Mm-hmm. So some, I'm not saying this happens in every relationship, but in some cases, there may be women who feel that they are not receiving certain things within their relationship, And therefore, as they're not receiving certain things within their relationship, be that their partner's time, being that their partner's attention, being that, you said that we were going to do this and you didn't do this, or, do we have children together? Are you helping me with the kids, or am I doing everything? They may feel that if they're not receiving those things, the only thing that they have control over, because as an individual, one of the main things you have control over is yourself and your body and your actions, right? So for some women, the thing that they may feel is the only thing that they have control over is that, and that's the only thing that they can do. Some people do it as a form of, gaining attention. Some people, like you said earlier, they may have just lost the intimacy, or not that they've lost the intimacy, or because women and men's sex drives are different, isn't it? Right? So women tend to have an increased sex drive as they get older, whereas men's sex drives tend to decline as they get older, right? So whereas when you're in a relationship, sometimes your sex drive may have changed and the things that you like may have changed, and your partner may not be willing to do those things. There's so many reasons. But for the most part, as a woman who lives in the society that we have today, which, let's be honest, although, we've come strides in terms of gender equality, so, women can do far more things than they used to be able to do. The pay balance is getting better. Women are earning more. Women who earn more tend to have to sacrifice more. Right? And in terms of sexual relationships, if we think about in a sexual activity, right? So let's just talk about straight intercourse, right? So not all the other stuff, the foreplay and all that, because it's all sex, isn't it? But if we're talking about straight intimacy, straight sexual activity, as in...
Yep, you cover that sex. Yeah, go on.
A woman is taking the majority of the risk in terms of the fact that a man can't have a child, can they? Not at the moment.
No.
Right? So if a woman has sex with a man, and it's unprotected sex, a woman is taking all of the risks, right? Because ultimately, if she does fall pregnant, then most of the responsibility of that falls down to the woman. All right, fair enough. Most men are involved if they are intimate with women and it produces a child, but not in every case, right? So some women can see it as, wait a second, I'm taking all of the risks. Like, this is me taking the risk. So this is the only thing that I hold agency over. It's the only thing I can control, right, in this thing. So I'm gonna control it.
I get what you're saying, and I do see some of your points as, well, I wouldn't say valid because they're all valid because they're your points, so they're valid to you. But my thing is, for when we start talking about weaponizing sex, I'm thinking like the dynamics has changed, didn't it, in regards to the sexual aspect of it. So that thought process that you're saying now, or where all the risk goes onto you and you can are the one that can have a baby, the man can't have a baby, and he's 100% totally agree with you. I salute you 100 times in regards to that. It's correct. But where was that thought process in the beginning when there was infatuations?
What do you mean?
In the beginning processes, in the beginning of the relationships, when you can be with a woman, and it's like as soon as you get through the door, you're both kicking off your shoes and your trainers and ripping your clothes apart, and you're sweating in the bathroom, in the kitchen, you're doing it everywhere, and then all of a sudden you turn the same person that you used to be like that with into a security guard, because you weren't thinking that way then. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
but that's what takes us back to the transactional elements of it.
So you're saying it could be because of that, but
because if a woman doesn't feel like she's getting what she needs to get out of a relationship, or her partner's not giving her what she feels she needs, and they're not communicating this, because you said it in the beginning, isn't it? One of the most important parts of this is communicating about
100%.
it, because sometimes men may think that women are weaponizing it when they are not. They may just be other things going on. Their mind is elsewhere. They're tired.
But you know, when we're saying that way,
it's not a weapon. But the other person in that scenario may feel that she's using it as a weapon.
But we're just talking about weaponizing now, because there could be health aspects to it.
Yeah.
There could be stress.
Yeah,
depression.
exactly.
Yeah, we're talking about consciously knowing I'm not giving him this. This is
I am not. That takes us back. That's the transactional aspect of it. It's usually because a woman is not receiving what she feels that she should be receiving.
So would you say quite a few women do that then? Maybe use it as a weapon when they feel like a transaction is not being fulfilled.
I think
terms and conditions are not being met.
I think societally, yeah, in terms of the way that we live today, some women can be encouraged to weaponize this. Yeah.
So now we've covered
intimacy.
That. Then do you think that's maybe one of the reasons why most men cheat, or most men get caught for cheating? Because you know what, a lot of the men that are getting caught or accused of cheating or whatever, let's say cheating, if they call it cheating, it's cheating, or having sex outside the relationship, are not being probed and questioned, as all the society is calling them is you're a cheater. Do you understand what I mean?
Okay,
So do you think maybe some of the reasons why men are going elsewhere, because look, think about it, yeah? If you've got a handsome lad that's doing quite well for himself, and you what did you say? Someone that is, capable of maybe getting a few women, or women are fond of, and then you're weaponizing sex, and then if women are fond of him, means women have an interest, and now he goes to sleep with somebody else, just decides to give in one day. Maybe this is because they say that women date up, they don't really date down, innit? So if it's up to you, it's going to be somebody that's quite interesting to other people as well. Other women might find them attractive or interesting.
Well, that's a big thing about women and men as well, because in order for a woman to be attracted to a man, some psychologists believe that other women must find that man attractive to me that's just common sense to me. Does it?
It's just common sense to me. It's just like a majority of the women that men go for are women that, it's just one of those things, isn't it? I don't know. Maybe that's the influence of social media.
And peer pressure.
What we feel to be attractive. So even what you like is not presented. But what I'm saying is, so do you think maybe that's maybe how many percentage of men are coming out of their relationships because of that just fact? Because
but does it justify it? So because do you think
100%?
Oh, I don't know if it does.
100%. Like,
have you tried? Have you exhausted every possibility? Because some men.
Yeah, some men. Just gonna say.
Some men are just cheaters.
Yeah, but that's not what
generally.
We're talking about, though.
Some men will cheat whether their woman is cooking them dinner every night, walking around their house. No, because I don't want to.
Yeah, because what you're doing now is not fair. We're talking about women that weaponize sex. Yeah. Okay. And now I'm talking about a woman that has weaponized, like me personally. Now, where I am now. If a woman was to weaponize sex with me, now, where I know they're turning me into security guard, consciously not having sex with me, I'm just going to do this for the camera. I wouldn't even blink. I move like I don't even know, like one of them salsa dancers at the house. Straight away, I wouldn't even blink because
salsa. You doing the merengue? That one looks more like
one
the
of those
merengue.
ones. I'll be doing that outside the house so smooth. I wouldn't even blink. Like it wouldn't even. I couldn't.
But I think that's a problem because I think that is something that you should be communicating about. I don't think that we should even let it get to that point where a woman feels like she's got to weaponize it.
Yeah, why can't?
Because why is she weaponizing it?
That's not what we're talking about. Now we're asking the why. You didn't ask the why before you gave your explanation. When I told you I'd come out the house like a salsa dancer, now we want to know the why. You gave me
I wanted to know the why.
No, you gave me but you didn't ask the why. You gave me a load of reasons from the beginning. Yeah. All of a sudden, I've said something that, as a woman, you might not be happy with or you don't feel comfortable with. Now we want to know the why. We should have addressed the why from the beginning. So shame on you. Yeah.
Oh, really? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, that's what we're
Okay,
doing. That's what
fine.
we're doing. The why should have been
Shame
like,
on me.
yeah,
I should have said why.
Why?
I will stand corrected, because to be honest with you, I think why is very important.
It's very
as well.
important.
Yeah, it's very important.
It's very important.
No, I'm sorry I didn't. Yeah.
But
You dazzled me with your long
Would you,
explanation. Yeah. You
Alright,
confused
cool,
me.
It's just for me. But to me, fair. Would I want to know the why? It depends.
No, you 100% want to know the why. If you're in a relationship, it depends, isn't it?
Weaponizing
It depends.
though, not like it's the thing where there's a health condition or she's suffering with any
Yeah,
mental health
because
or
there's
whatever.
if she's weaponizing sex, yeah, there's a breakdown somewhere.
Yeah,
Something's gone
and you know, on
wrong.
some occasions, we're not noticing that some women weaponize sex when they're cheating already, because they say women can't really be interested in more than two men. Do you understand? There's a percentage-wise. So even if they're in a relationship, and in the relationship they like the person like 100%, when someone else comes involved, the new infatuations, that person gets 70% and then they get 30%. So the 30% of the attention, 30% of the affection, 38% of the sex. Do you understand what I mean? It's like, oh, okay then, here we go. Do you understand what I mean? And being a man of substance, you understand what I mean? It's like you got, don't mean to compare women to a car or anything, but it's like you've got a car that you're normally getting 120 miles an hour out of.
You said, I don't mean to compare women to a car, and then you compared a woman to a car.
See what I'm coming from. Like, it's like you've got a vehicle.
Could you not have used a different
and on
analogy?
Average, no, that's what came to my mind. On average, the vehicles, you're getting like 100 miles an hour petrol to a gallon. Certain miles per gallon, and all of you're getting 200 miles or something, and then all of a sudden you're getting 30. Something's wrong. It's either you work with it, or you might even think that you're going to get another car or tap in or whatever. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
So
I understand completely what you're saying, but I think that, like I said, communicating about it is the biggest thing. We need to know the why. Yeah, fair enough, what you're saying may be true, but it also depends on what's happened in that relationship. Do you know what I mean? This transactional thing is a big part of it. And also, women think completely differently to men. You know, I don't know if there's a really interesting book. I read it a long time ago, right? And it's called, I want to say it's called Men Are From Mars, or Women Are From Venus. Or it's the otherwise.
Men Are From Venus, yeah, I think I remember.
Yeah, Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus, right? And it just talks about the fact that just generally we see the world completely different. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
but we would though. But that's nothing new.
So this weaponizing sex thing, right, where a man in the relationship may feel that the woman is weaponizing sex.
Sorry, before you go any further, can I just say that the person that brought this on and had a discussion about this was actually a woman.
Yeah, I know.
And said that women shouldn't do this.
Yes, fair enough.
So do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's something that's there.
Yeah.
So I understand that it could be all perception based, that they might not be weaponizing.
No, what I'm saying to you as well is that some women may be weaponizing sex and not even realize they're doing it.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? They're not seeing it in that way that I'm using.
But then when those women don't fit into this discussion that we're having now.
Oh, okay. You think we should only talk about the women who intentionally use sex as a woman?
When we're having a discussion, we have to be able to draw the line. This is the perimeter that we're in. Women that weaponize in sex. Do you understand? And how men should deal with it.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean? Because,
yeah.
So now we've got to say, because now why they do that is in our perimeter.
Yeah, why they do that is the most important part of because for every woman it may be something completely different.
But it's the most important part for who?
Pardon me?
For who?
For both of them to get into the bottom of.
You can't say that. Every
why
individual, not? the why might not. See, if I was into that situation, I don't care why she's.
Really, you wouldn't want to know why before you make a decision about what's going on in your relationship. Because maybe that's her call for. Maybe that was the last thing that she could do.
I don't know, but I can't be intimate or be in a relationship with anyone that weaponizes anything against me, especially much more sex.
Yeah.
So, and then again, she might tell me the why that might be justification for her, but not for me.
Okay.
So that's my reality, my ownership. Like, so if you can use sex as a weapon, what else could you do? could you poison me? And then you're going to tell me, no, you can't die. Oh, no, don't be silly. That's just so
yeah, because
stupid.
I think sex and poisoning somebody is something all completely different. Because
but then what's more sacred though? You giving me your body, or you sharing your body with me, or you cooking a meal for me?
But that would be the whole reason that they would weaponize it, because that's the most thing that they can weaponize their body. It's the only thing that they really have control over without it affecting the outside world. No, the woman may have control over without affecting the outside world.
I can't seem to presume to think of whatever any woman would do that, and what she'd be thinking, and what grounds she'd be doing that, or whatever. Do you understand what I mean? So it might be for what you're saying, it may not be, but that's not my burden to bear. Yeah. I can't be with any woman that would weaponize anything against me, and that's just because I love myself too much and I care about myself too much, and I wouldn't, and most importantly, I wouldn't do that to her. Because let's look at it at a different aspect. What I could compare that to, me weaponizing sex against. Well, I guess a man could do it as well.
A man can do it.
If she was loyal,
yeah.
Would I do that, knowing that she wanted to have sex and she had certain needs in me as a man? Why would I do that? But obviously, as you said, men and women are different.
Think differently.
I don't think...
And you got to remember as well, societally, our pressures are different as well. Yeah?
Yeah.
So, for example, women are pressured to have children by a certain age, be married by a certain age, be in a relationship by a certain age. Some women feel pressure to kind of give this imagery of a relationship, and when they're not able to do that, some women, that may be the reason why they choose to weaponize it, because they're not communicating about those pressures.
But that's for them, isn't it?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. It's for them to do. It's for them to do their own work on the situation. But ultimately, weaponizing anything, especially sex, like that's what I said. Like I know something. Like I'm not encouraging anyone to cheat in a relationship, not saying that I've got the power to do that anyway. Yeah. But weaponizing anything, like if we know what it means to have a weapon, it's either you're using it, some people say they use it as a defense or whatever, or as a form
and
of
do you know what, we could talk about this for ages, because it's more complex than the way that we're discussing it on this level of just women weaponizing sex in that way, because a man can weaponize sex in a different way as well, because most men tend to have more power in terms of their build than women and stuff like that as well. So that takes it to a different realm.
Do you understand what I mean? So a women's one's more taken away, a man's one could be enforcing sex, and that's, you understand what I mean? Yeah. But then here, well, that's rape though, isn't it? That's illegal.
Yeah, and that's not okay.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. The law's not on your side for that one.
Yeah. And that's why I think it's a really interesting subject. And I understand why, some women may choose to weaponize sex, but I also believe that it's important that we don't use it as a weapon. You are right in that respect. And I do think that one of the big ways for women to not weaponize it is to talk about it, talk about the transactional things with their partners.
If that is their issue, their issue. Yeah. And sometimes, it's like weaponizing, for me, I just don't get it. Like, you hear different scenarios, like, because I've heard scenarios as well from some people that I know that they'll be with their partner and then they try and touch the person's moving. Like, you try it once, twice, 3 times, like what's going on?
Yeah, but if it's once, twice, 3 times in a night, that's one thing to it being
a
long-term thing.
Yeah.
Then there needs to be some communication. Do you not think there needs to be some communication there?
Not now. I'm not talking.
Really?
I'm ready to move on.
Nah, man. I think there needs to be some real... Because these are the kind of things that you should be talking about anyway.
If I'm in a relationship with someone, they know how I am sexually, right? Yeah. So they know what I like and what I don't like. I know what they like and what they don't like, which is fine,
Yeah.
So in that case, so if they know what I like and what I don't like, and then they're being a certain way with me, and they know sexually how active I am or whatever, and they're doing that, like, it's just a no-brainer for me.
Really?
I might say
you don't want to know the why.
No.
Yes, you will.
No, I won't want to know the why.
If you're going to ask what's going on, you want to know the why.
Well, I want. Do you know what? Like, why would I want to know the why? Because, to be fair, if I'm facing that and experiencing that in a relationship, the relationship's broken already. Sex is very important.
Exactly, which is why you need to communicate about it.
We're done. Why do we need to do that? If you feel that you want to use sex, something that is supposed to be free and gifted for us, something that bonds us together.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean? Because the lack of sex causes problems.
But as well, you need to understand. So because
I need to understand.
Come on, 1 second.
No,
I
but I'm
didn't
saying
mean it
in
in
a
that way.
relationship.
Sometimes the people in the relationship view sex differently as well, and I think that that's important to understand.
Well, you're gonna
how
understand
you view the intimacy
but
of
for you
sex.
to have a relationship, they're gonna understand how each other views. We're not strangers, because what you're trying to do is like you make me put it as they're strangers, and then if for you to have a relationship,
I'm trying to put it as they're strangers.
For you to have a relationship, you kind of understand, or you should understand, each other's needs and understandings of certain matters. You understand what I mean? And like, do you know what? Don't get me wrong. It would be a discussion like before we will get there for it to be a weapon. It's not just after one day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There needs to be some.
Is normally when you've exhausted all possibilities. Well, like, what's going on? Like, well, oh, no, it's not today. Whatever. You think you're gonna be telling me that? What, 1 day is 2 days? What? And then we're gonna be sitting there like a security guard.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's the problem. That's the problem that they're saying are just not today, because that means that they're not communicating something.
I don't know. I understand why you'll be a bit more understanding about it, because what I'm saying, the title of this segment is Why Women Weaponize Sex.
And I'm a woman.
And you're a woman, so I understand that.
Yeah.
I'm going to have my view on it because I'm a man picturing myself like, do you know, because you don't know what it's like for a man, innit? Imagine you having a shower, thinking you've had a hard day or whatever, you're going to have a shower and then you're going to go and you're going to get some.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You don't know how it is for a woman. You've had a hard day. Your man's promised you he's going to do this and this, and he doesn't do this and this, and then he comes home and he goes and has the shower and he's like, hey, baby.
Yeah. So then you want to show him that, you want to show him where the
there's
power
lies. There's no baby over here.
There's no baby, but there's baby over there. That's the thing.
Yeah, but the way you're putting it is not nice as well. Because I don't think there's any reason. Like, I don't think there's any way to condone cheating. So, yeah.
Do you know what? I don't even think it's cheating.
Why is it not cheating?
Because if terms of a contract have been breached.
Yeah, but how is that a contract?
Yes, it is.
What?
Terms of the contract have been breached.
And that's the thing as well. People need to understand times have changed, isn't it? Right? So back in the day...
In regards to what? Sorry.
Like in terms of marriage and the expectations. Because back in the day, it was ownership. And I think maybe that's why as well. Because feminism has changed the game for things, hasn't it? Because back in the day, having a wife was ownership, right? And now we live... Why are you shaking your head before I've even landed?
Yeah, go on, land.
Nowadays, we're in the modern day where it's not seen in that way anymore. It's no more ownership.
Can I just say
Don't
something?
say something controversial.
I'm just going to say something.
Yeah, go on.
And I need silence just for me to hit this, because this one needs to hit. Why are so many women concerned about marriage when they hardly even go to church? You weren't supposed to stay silent for that long.
I don't know. I can't speak on this one.
I don't care. I'm married. I want to get married. I want to make it honest, but we got to do it right by God.
Yeah, but that's another thing. See, that's what I'm saying.
You don't even go church. You don't even go church. Tell me 3 Bible scriptures. They can't even do it.
Yeah, but that's another
3
thing.
or even 2.
Listen, do they want to get married or do they want to have a wedding? It's a different discussion.
Man, it don't matter. It don't matter.
It does, because some people don't actually want to get married. They just want the wedding.
Nah, let's just draw the line, innit? To have a wedding, you have to get married. So what do they want the wedding for? The wedding is with the guy swearing you in, the priest and whatever. You want to get married, but you don't go to church.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying to you.
Some people don't even believe in God.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying to you. Social media and the pressures from society.
Yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. That was a segment on why women weaponize sex. We still have not been able to resolve it. I guess our opinions and views are very different, as they would be, as I'm a man. and she's a woman.
Thank you.
Yeah. And so, yeah, thanks for watching. Stay blessed and stay safe in wherever your journey may be. Bye.
Bye.
I have made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment. I am simply here to apologize. I am sorry for my earlier comments in drawing a direct comparison between women and vehicles. I do not believe any part of that statement. It does not reflect my views. Forgiveness is a beautiful thing. Stay blessed.